All right, Shalom Yasharala.
Shalom.
It's Great Millstone, New Orleans, coming back at you with another live lesson. But before we get started, as always, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the hopeful elect.
Shalom.
So today we're just going to go into how sanity looks like madness to crazy people. And when you look at this world, everything is upside down. And once you come into the truth, you see things for what they really are. And the beliefs that we have, they look crazy to these people. But we know the truth, which is that they're all mad people. All right. They actually believe that two men marrying is normal. They believe the universe created itself. A fish grew legs and started walking and turned into a monkey. The things that these people believe is so far beyond reality, they're actually insane. And once you know the truth, the things we believe seem crazy to them. You believe in aliens. You believe that God is black. You believe aliens are going to come back and rescue you. Yeah, that's clearly what's going to happen. All right.
But you believe in 50-foot men having intercourse with 5'6" women.
Yeah. Yeah, their whole breakdown of the scriptures is insane. When you listen to a Christian or a Muslim talk about Genesis, it sounds like some wild science fiction, like a rib was taken, like Adam, a rib broke out of his side.
A snake had some legs and he was talking. And then, he got his legs and arms got cast off. So now he's just slithering around on his belly.
Yeah. And then, the most beautiful angel in heaven fell out of heaven because he was arguing with God. And now he's Satan. And now he's underground. Everything's on fire and he's poking people forever. Like, what? This is madness.
But God is all love. But if you go off, he's going to send you to burn for eternity.
But he loves everybody. That's total madness. And we believe that everything that these people believe is completely off because it goes against the scriptures. But they believe we're crazy. Those guys on the street corner with dresses on, screaming, they're racist, they're crazy. Everything we're saying is in the scriptures. All right, we can start with that Proverbs.
Okay. This is Proverbs 29 and 27. An unjust man is an abomination to the just, and he that is upright in the way is abomination to the wicked.
Right, an unjust man is an abomination to the just, and these people are an abomination to us. All right, whether you deal with Leviticus 20 and 13, two men lying together, that's an abomination. All right, a woman ruling over a man, that's an abomination. All right, a society built on chicanery, stealing, lying, deceit. Everything about this society is wicked to us, and we can't wait for it to be destroyed. But you have people, especially our people, they want to see America come back. They want to see the economy thriving and booming. They want this place to continue forever, man. That's crazy. Why would you want a demonic, evil society to continue forever? You got to be bugged out of your mind.
Hey, Jake's got Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
They've been abused for so long that they think the abuse is love. Yeah. And that in itself is insanity.
Yeah.
And we're telling you, as the brother opened up with, sanity of righteousness looks insane to the wicked.
Yeah.
So here we are telling you, you're the Lord's chosen people. You're going to be on top. Everything you ever wanted, a stable family, a loving wife, children, wealth. You don't want that. What do you want to do? You want to still work 2 9-to-5s, a woman that hates you, kids that you can't see, and having a damn heathen rule over you.
Yeah. I saw a video, this was just yesterday, I saw a video of a Jake. The title of the video was basically why this millionaire still works a 9-to-5. And he had like $3 million in jewelry, he had sports cars, and he hid all of that from his children. And he goes to work at the supermarket every day, and they're asking him, why the hell do you have a 9-to-5 job if you're a millionaire? He was like, well, I want my kids to understand the importance of hard work. And all of the comments were like, that's a great dad right there. That's a great man. I'm like, what? You want your children to be slaves? You have enough money to start your own business and not work, but you're intentionally going to work so that your children can be raised to be slaves. And people in the comments thought that was the greatest thing ever. He's so deep. I'm like, what? You're raising your son to be an employee when you have the money to start a company so he doesn't have to work? Total madness, man.
Or you could utilize that money. Say you want him to be successful in society. You can utilize that money to send him to what? Places of education to, get him on a level.
Yeah. But Jake is a homeborn slave. The idea that his son, since he grew up hard, he had to roll up his sleeves and get it out the mud. He wants his son to do the same thing. In the kingdom of heaven, the 144,000, we're not going to make our sons work at rallies, man. First of all, there's not going to be fast food restaurants, but even if it was, like, we wouldn't want our sons to suffer just because, man. oh, suffering builds character. It does here, okay, because we're getting built up to be judges to rule the world to come. But in a righteous society, you don't have to put your children through that, man. But that's just one example. You have countless examples of Jake that just can't fathom that we're ever going to be on top. So when you talk about rulership, when you talk about dominion, it goes over Jake's head. We sound crazy to these people. The idea that we're going to rule over the so-called white man is so far beyond the imagination of a nigga, man. They can't even foresee themselves on top ever. You had something, or you?
I was looking for something, but get that Isaiah.
Yeah, we can go right into it.
Okay. This is Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20 to 21. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil.
Right, and that's the society, man. They call evil good and good evil. All right, the good is the scriptures, the law, statutes, and commandments, the history of the Bible. All right, the promises given to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. These are good things. This ministry, us making our bodies a living sacrifice to show the Lord that we're repentant. These are good things, but this society sees all of that as evil. All right, you think it's wrong? You think it's wrong for a man to marry a man? You think a woman should be property? That's crazy. But that's the scriptures. The scriptures speak of a patriarchy, a righteous governance of righteous men, holy men, not niggas, not the so-called white man, righteous judges and rulers ruling over the earth. And that's what's good according to the Bible. But that's the worst thing. When you talk about a man dominating a woman in this society, it's like you're automatically abusive, you're misogynist, something's wrong with you. Like what?
But look what you get with this evil you call good. You get the society you currently have, where there are broken families.
Yeah.
Men and women hate each other. Like, this society is on the verge of collapse exactly because people don't want to follow after the righteousness of the scriptures. They want to follow after the righteousness of their own lusts, which is no righteousness.
Yeah, they want to walk in their own, they're wise in their own conceit, man. They believe that, the Bible is antiquated. Oh, that's the Old Testament. That's done away with. We're progressive now. We've come so far. We're liberal. We've given rights to these people, and we're a society that's open-minded. And the end result is what? Like the brother said, the family structure is completely destroyed, and men and women can't even get along, man. Why? Because everybody's out of order. Everybody's outside of the order that the Heavenly Father set up. He didn't just do that for no reason. He created men to be a specific way. He created women to be a specific way, and there's an order that we're supposed to deal. When you step outside of that because you're so smart, you went to college, now you know better than the Lord, you end up with what? A society of chaos, rampant diseases, and hatred.
Hey, it's like that old saying they've got, you can't teach a fish to ride a bicycle.
Yeah.
A fish isn't meant to be on land or ride a bicycle. A fish is meant to be in the water. Land animals are meant to do what they do on land, and men and women and people in general have their assigned roles to fulfill for everything to work in tandem and in order with each other. But when you throw a monkey wrench in everything, you see the machine crack and break down.
But what about if the fish evolves, Ak? What if the fish...
I forgot. We are fishes.
Yeah, we are fish. We evolved over millions of years. We grew arms and legs. See, that goes back to that same Babylonian mindset, which is that, like the brother was saying, what the Most High created wasn't good enough. You have to evolve into something else. You can't evolve past your lot. If the Most High created you to be an Israelite, you're an Israelite. If he created you to be a heathen, you're a heathen. If he created you to be a man, you're a man. All right, going back to Genesis 5:2. He created male and female. You can't hop back and forth. All right, these heathen would have our people believe that you could just play hopscotch with your identity. All right, today I'm a white woman. Tomorrow I'm a tree. Like, what are we doing, man?
But the crazy thing is they got a term called phantom limb syndrome, where it's like somebody, say they have a fully functioning arm, but they want to get the arm chopped off because they feel like, the arm doesn't exist. They label them as mentally insane. But if somebody, a grown man or even a little child now wants to get their privy members, amputated, and they want to be the opposite classification, that's strong, that's brave, it's the greatest thing ever. We're so progressive.
Yeah, there's 87 genders now. The people coming up against the Bible, the people coming up against this ministry are totally okay with teaching children that there's 87 genders. But we're crazy. We're evil. All right, there's nothing more misogynist than feminism. All right, that's why you have grown men competing in women's sports, beating the shit out of them, man. Like, what? How could you be, like, they say misogyny is the hatred of women. How could you hate women more than a grown man pretending to be a woman so he can compete against women in combat sports and beating the shit out of them?
Hey, what if women always feared men looked at them as objects? that are good for nothing more than physical pleasure. Well, what has being strong and independent turned you into?
An object.
An object
Yeah.
has no value outside of physical pleasure.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the brother said, feminism is the biggest misogyny out here because these Edomites don't desire women. They hate women.
Yeah.
So they push, that death style on you.
Yeah. Like when you're a wife and you're a mother, you're actually valued. You're valued by society, you're valued by your husband, you're valued by your community, and you're valued by the Most High. But when you become a strong, independent woman that don't need no man, you're just a cog in a machine. All right? Your employer doesn't give a shit about you. And so you have generations now. We're basically in the fourth generation of women that believe in their mind that their value comes from paying taxes, going to work every day, wearing pants, being a boss with shoulder pads and all of this madness. And when all hell breaks loose, the rug is going to be pulled out from under them.
You mind if I get one real quick?
You got it.
This is the sanity that people call insanity. This is 1 Corinthians 11. I'm going to start at 2. Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things and keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you. And who delivered the ordinances to Paul? Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And he's just going out of the scriptures. Verse 3, but I would have you know, here's an order and rank to everything. The head of every man is Hamashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is the Most High. And when everything works in that order, you have peace and tranquility. Our lives, this brother, I'm sure I can speak for myself and all you brothers, before we came into the truth, our lives were chaotic because we didn't have Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai as our head. We had these philosophies that Esau put upon us as our head. And and our lives were just a mess. Look at the black community, a complete mess. Yep. But once we got in order, once we got into our sane minds under Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, hey, we're coming back into our manhood. We're coming back into our identity and order of things. And we're seeing how things are supposed to operate in an insane society. And to back up what the brother, brought out, our sanity looks like insanity to those that are insane.
Yeah, that's a beautiful point. And you almost called it an insane asylum. That's exactly what the black community is. It's an insane asylum without walls. It's just a bunch of people that belong in straitjackets just roaming around harming each other. And like the brother was saying, before we came into the truth, Yahweh Shai was in our head. So what was the end result of that? We were walking in the flesh. We were doing whatever pleased our flesh. Some brothers were further gone in one area or another. Some brothers did this type of drug or that type of drug. Some brothers are just, just pussy hound crazy, just being madmen, man. But then you come into the truth.
Hating the way they look,
yeah.
Hate their identity.
Yeah, just being a nigga, man. In one way, shape, form, or fashion. It doesn't matter if you were a college-educated nigga, street nigga, all right, an athletic nigga, a fraternity nigga. Without this truth, you a nigga. So Yahweh Shai has to be your head. Otherwise, you're bugged out. And then you have these people on the internet now, thousands of these podcasters, they're talking about how the black woman's out of order because the black man's not her head. Meanwhile, Yahweh Shai's not your head. All right, you're out of order, but you got a podcast arguing with Keisha. Back and forth, man, just arguing endlessly.
And what do they always talk about? Oh, get the bag, get the job, get the passport. Well, that's all ideas Esau pushes on you. So your head is Esau, and he's the man of sin. So what's he going to cause you to be? The children of sin. And sin is the transgression of the law. And our people transgressing the law got us in this situation, this insane situation we're in.
Yeah, and they're going to try to find some way outside of the scriptures for salvation. Like the brother mentioned, the passport bro movement, all right, a bunch of dudes. Well, first of all, you're going to need the RFID chip to travel. So if your idea of salvation is hopping from one country to another, eventually you're going to have to worship the image of the beast, man.
You had to get the juice during that time to travel out of the country or into the country.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of these dudes are jabbed up. Why? Because Yahweh Shai's not their head. All right, you can spend the rest of your life just complaining about black women on a podcast, but at the end of the day, our husband is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. We need to get in order with him. And when all hell breaks loose, obviously Isaiah 4 is going to come to pass. All right, you're going to have more women literally than you know what to do with. You're not going to long for women. All right, that's not even going to be a thing. Your mind is going to be focused on survival, and their mind, they're going to seek survival through you. So it would behoove you to get right now. All right, but again, that's to a person that's sane. To a person that's insane, they think America's going to continue forever. So these women are doubling down on feminism. These niggas are doubling down on you. You just had niggas vote for Kamala Harris, man. Like something like 80
because
something.
that woman threatened to, leave them.
Yeah. Bugged out, man. You just voted for a Elamite, Ishmaelite, Edomite, whatever the hell she is. She's not Jake.
Ghetto gagger.
Yeah, a ghetto gagger, just a heathen whore. And Jake voted for her in droves, and the very next day, Keisha gets on the internet talking about how much she hates black men, which black men were the only demographic of men that voted for her, showing you how bugged out she is. But again, we see these people as insane. It's totally normal for them to vote for a heathen.
It's totally normal for them to think voting is a sane form of government.
Yeah. Democracy is completely retarded. The idea that rich people who are in power are going to give you a leader that's going to give you more power than they want you to have. Why would anyone see? Jake is so used to being powerless that actually makes sense to them. Nobody who has power will want to give someone under them the power to vote them out of power. That doesn't make any sense. You got it.
I got one for you too.
Okay.
But this is back in that Isaiah 5:20. Woe or destruction unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight.
Yeah, and that's Babylonians, man. People that are wise in their own sight. All right, these people, every nigga has a social media account. They just turn the camera on and bloviate and ramble and tell the world what they think. Meanwhile, they've never read anything. They never studied anything. Jake has an opinion on everything, but hasn't looked into anything, man. Jake don't know about the Rothschilds. Jake doesn't know about how the financial system works. Jake doesn't know about biology, chemistry, nothing. Jake just has an opinion. Oh, well, I think this, I think that. I think if LeBron had played during Jordan's time, then, like, who cares, man? Just total nonsense, man. But again, these people are crazy to us. But everything we're doing, what we're doing right now is crazy to a nigga. Like, well, you guys are out in the middle of who knows where talking about the Bible? Jake smoking weed. Bible niggas, man. I got Israel rolled up in a like, come on, man.
Well, he got a damn transformer in bed next to him.
Yeah, that's another thing. Jake has that a hole is a hole demon on him. This is the lowest our people have ever been. Jake is now openly accepting dealing with men that are presenting themselves as being females, man. Jake down bad, man.
Hey, what'd you call them? Babylonians.
Yeah.
And what does Babylonian mean? Confusion.
Confusion.
By mixture.
Yeah.
You know, all these different philosophies and ways of life mixed into one in Babylon the Great, America.
Yeah.
And what's it saying? I believe it's in it might be in James. Don't quote me on this. It's like unstable man, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
Yeah, James 2:8.
Khan. And he's like a ship that's rocked to and fro. He's rudderless. So if a ship is rudderless, that it has no direction, and it's going to go whichever way the waves take them. And that's a lot of you people out here. You're double-minded. You don't believe in anything, so you fall for everything. So your opinion is invalid. But you think that is, you know, that's just, oh, I can be fluid on everything. I can open up myself to new ideas. So that means I'm progressive. The more knowledge I get, the more, the more, successful or enlightened I am, when it's just making you more bugged out.
Yeah, this is it right here. This is James 1:8. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
And we see a hell of a lot of unstable people out here. They're cold one day and then they're hot the next day. Just complete madness.
Yeah, there's nothing more double-minded than being a so-called Negro in America that's not in the truth. All right, one minute you're Christian. All right, you niggas love to be Baptist, Methodist. You allegedly believe in the Lord. Then the next minute you're a Democrat. All right, you've been voting Democrat, 60 years now, a party that's completely against everything in the Bible. All right, they teach that a man could be a woman could be a man. They believe in deleting children, murdering the unborn. All right, they teach that the Most High isn't real, that there was just an explosion. All right, you're mindlessly voting for the Democratic Party while mindlessly following a religion that you believe is based on the Bible. That's double-minded. All right, and that's the so-called black woman first and foremost. She's the biggest Democrat, the biggest whore.
She's triple-minded.
Yeah, she's triple-minded. You niggas, you follow behind Big Mama. You follow behind your baby mama. So you niggas, you're following someone that worships the so-called white man, and she's double, like the brother said. She's triple-minded. All right, one minute she's pro-black, the next minute niggas ain't shit. The next minute, again, she's a Christian, but then she's a Democrat. She believes in abortion. She believes in Jesus. And you niggas are following behind these whores, and when all hell breaks loose, they're going to be looking to you. Women innately look to men to protect them. So
and you're going to be looking to her.
Yeah, what's the plan, mama? What's the plan, Keisha? You niggas aren't being raised to be stoic, to be leaders, to be logical thinking, to be soldiers. All right, this ministry turns you into a soldier. Going back to Timothy, all right, a good soldier, enduring hardships. But Jake never fasts. Jake don't read. Jake don't think. Jake is gonna lose his mind, man. And Eve is gonna be looking at him like you this 6'3" nigga, 250-pound nigga crying. Yeah, crying.
Like, he got snot coming out of his nose.
Snot, just like baby tears, like dry heaving.
I don't know what we gonna do. What we gonna do? Mama, I can't breathe.
That's you niggas, man. All right, you're gonna go out crying and weeping. All right, the scripture said there's gonna be weeping and gnashing of teeth. That's you niggas, man. And you haven't used this time
duck
wisely.
Had to agree with that.
Yeah, the duck is like,
quack. You're a bunch of quacks.
Yeah, Jake is crazy, man. But Jake thinks it's totally normal to worship a woman. That whole the black woman is God thing, that was totally normal. People actually think that that's normal to worship a woman. That's crazy. Why would you do that?
Hey, because you're out of order.
Yeah.
And I got one to back up that double-minded.
Yeah.
This is what the Lord has to say about double-minded people and your dealings with them. This is Proverbs 24:21. My son, fear thou Yahweh and the king. And what does that fear go back to? That Corinthians, the head of every man is Yahushua, and the head of Yahushua is the Heavenly Father. So by fearing the Lord, you have him as your head. So that keeps you in order. And meddle not with them that are given to change. Straight to the point. We're not supposed to be, taking these people seriously out here. If it's not a brother in his right mind, you don't have to take these fucking people seriously.
Yeah.
Because they'll tell you one thing one day, and then next day of the week is something completely different.
Yeah.
They're unreliable. They're unfaithful. They're insane out here.
Yeah, this whole society is based on lies. Your employer is lying to you. The politicians are lying to you. Your woman's lying to you. Everybody's lying except the brothers in the truth. All right, the Lord didn't lie. He gave us a promise that he's clearly keeping. You can see these prophecies. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise. But everyone else, they'll, like the brother said, they'll say one thing and just do the total opposite the very next day. You'll be like, you just said yesterday. It doesn't matter.
Hey, man, you said you were going to pick me up at 4 p.m. today. My bad, dog.
Bad.
I forgot.
My bad.
I got high and forgot.
That's the people of the world. But that's normal. All right, it's normal as a man in this world for you to say something and not do it, to just try to get over on people. That's not manly. That's not godly. All right. But getting back to that.
But hey, a man's word is bond.
Yeah.
But you got to be a man to be able to keep your word. It's nothing but a bunch of boys and girls and children out here.
Yeah.
So no wonder they can't keep their word or do anything, of maturity out here.
Yeah.
That John?
Yeah, John.
John 3. This is John 3:19. And this is the condemnation, that light is come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil.
Right. Now it says in Isaiah, woe to them that put darkness for light and light for darkness. These people actually hate light. And they've been lying to themselves so long, they actually think that darkness is light. They think that it's you're an enlightened person if you accept the madness of these different doctrines and philosophies. Oh, you're open-minded. If you believe in every religion, I believe there's good in every religion. We can all come together. That's complete nonsense. How is somebody that believes in worshiping a cow going to come together with somebody that believes in the Bible? Oh, I see good in every. Muslims don't even believe that the Lord rose. They don't believe that the Heavenly Father has the power to bring someone back from the dead, but they believe in an Arab flying on a horse. We're supposed to come together with that? What are you talking about? Bro, picture an Arab on a horse flying to Mecca. That's what they believe in. Hey, total madness, man. But again, to us, they're crazy. To them, we're crazy. You believe God only loves one group of people? God created everybody. He created the trees, the water. You saying he only loves one? Yes, he only loves.
So-called white man hates your black ass and only loves his people.
Yeah.
Is that so hard to believe?
Yeah, the Lord created everybody. He chose one people and he loves them. That's what the Bible says repeatedly. What are we supposed to believe? Your opinion, how you feel? Your feelings change from one day to the next. I'm not going to put my faith in a nigga's feelings. Well, I just feel it, in my heart that, we could forgive everybody. Everybody could be forgiven. No, the Most High is not going to forgive Esau for what he did to his chosen people. They're going into slavery. And that's something that's plain. When you look at the history of the so-called white man, even if you read secular history, he's the villain of every nonfiction book. Just go to a history section of a bookstore, pick up any random book. Esau is the villain. So, of course he's going to go into slavery. Of course he has to pay. That's not crazy to us. That's sane. But to these people, you want to put white people in slavery? That's crazy. What's more sane than that? Asking for reparations? Somebody that can print money out of thin air, you're going to go to him and beg him to print money to give to you. And that's supposed to be some type of justice for what's been done to our people? That's crazy. But
Verse 20, for everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved.
right, you have people that can't come into the truth because they can't even give up pork. Like that lady we're talking to today.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, you had people that just celebrated Thanksgiving by just eating a bunch of abominations. The idea that you want to eat greens, you want to eat kale, you want to eat hummus, you want to have a Mediterranean diet, that's crazy to these people. They'll, like, if you go to work and you pull out a salad in front of Jake is going to look at you like you have 5 heads. You eating salad for lunch? Like, what the fuck? Like, they're going to think you're crazy. Meanwhile, they're going to go home and eat a roach that lives in the bottom of the ocean. They're going to dig feces out of a roach and call that good eating, man. People eat catfish, they eat shrimp, they eat lobster, crawfish.
But they got that, just to back you up, when you eat crawfish, you got to pull they call it the doo-doo line off the top.
Yeah, but that's not crazy. You got to pull shit out of an insect that lives in the sea to eat it. But we're crazy because we don't want to eat that. Yeah, you from New Orleans, y'all don't eat No, nigga, what are you talking about? Why would I eat something that, come on, man. The Most High created bottom feeders to cleanse the ocean. And every single day, Esau pulls tons of bottom feeders out of the ocean. And the end result is what? The water's all polluted. That's clearly off. But, in this world, that's a delicacy.
That's good eating.
Yeah, good eating. We're here in New Orleans, all right? You niggas love crawfish, you love crab, you love gumbo. The so-called black woman, her favorite food is lobster. All right, you take the nigga woman to eat lobster. You're her favorite nigga for the next 2 hours or so. All right, then she's back to hating you on Twitter, talking about niggas is dusty.
Hey, you're her favorite nigga till the date's over and she takes the leftovers back to her real boyfriend.
Yeah, and they're 8 kids by 20 niggas. All right, that's another thing. This society thinks it's normal. Like, first of all, a family is a man, a woman, and their children that they have. Their biological children. This society tells you a family is a woman and her multiple children by multiple different niggas, and they co-parent together. Co-parenting is cuck parenting. You arguing with another man about how to raise your children with a whore. But that's normal in the black community. These women just have they have male harems. That's normal in this society for a woman to have a phone full of niggas and you're auditioning to be a part of a male harem. That's normal. That's crazy as fuck.
That's being pushed now.
Yeah.
That open relationship, polyamory lifestyle.
Yeah. You got two niggas living with one chick. She got 3 kids by 2 other niggas. Then these 2 niggas come in. That's confusion. That's pure madness. But then you niggas want to talk about generational wealth. How you gonna have generational wealth? You got one father. He's got a son over here, a son over there. He gives his son a birthday present or a Christmas present, which is off. Then the other kids in the house are looking at the one kid that got the gifts. And the woman's looking at you like, why don't you buy all my kids gifts? Like, that's total madness, man. That's pure confusion. But this is normal. Listen, that scenario is normal. Every single day, the so-called black woman is raising children by different men and arguing with them about how this child needs this and that. That's crazy. And Jake signs up for this, though. Total madness, man. Our people are completely out of their minds. The way that our people live in Babylon the Great is so far from normal. And we've just accepted it as a people. We've accepted being the lowest of the low. We're a royal people, all right? Just because we're in captivity doesn't mean that we're no longer supposed to view ourselves as kings and priests. All right, when you look at when they took Daniel, all right, when they would take Israelites into captivity, they still had it in their mind, okay, I'm still an Israelite. I'm still supposed to keep the commandments. I'm still, favored by the Heavenly Father. But it's just time for us to go down right now. But here in America, it's like, man, I'm just a nigga. Like, Tupac had that song. I'd rather be your nigga. I don't want to be your man. I want to be your nigga. That's Jake, man. Jake wants to be a nigga. Going back to read that again, Bible Kashad. Start at 19 again, because this is Jake's mentality.
This is John 3:19. And this is the condemnation, that light is come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil.
Mm-hmm.
For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved.
Right, the same way that we hate evil, niggas that love evil, they hate righteousness. They hate the idea of Israelites ruling over heathen. They hate the idea of an Israelite man ruling over a woman. That's crazy to them. What do you mean? A woman can't say no? Like, what, you guys are pushing that? Like, Deuteronomy 22 is talking about running game on a woman. It's talking about, like, come on, man. Woman's not supposed to have control over her own body. We see what they do with it. You could clearly see women are not supposed to have autonomy, all right? Children are supposed to be under the guide and headship of their fathers until they get married, all right? Then your daughter is supposed to be under the headship of her husband. That's how it's supposed to be. And that benefits them. It's not just for our, so you guys are narcissists. No, man, that benefits you. It doesn't benefit us, all right?
If we were narcissists, we'd say we'd be doing what you niggas are doing, just popping a bunch of random women out here, getting them pregnant, leaving them, just being degenerates. Yeah. But it says in Sirach, when a man begetteth a wife, he begetteth a possession, a helpmeet unto himself. Because a man gets his wife, and what? The wife takes care of the children, takes care of the house, and puts his beliefs and instills them into the children. And if he's a righteous man, and Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, that's truly building generational wealth and being legacy minded. Because what? You're about nation building. You're about community building, having the men, the women, and the children in order so you can perpetuate that.
Yeah, but this society teaches the exact opposite. All right, if you treat a woman like she's your equal, like she's this amazing person that's supposed to be on a pedestal, and you just pop her, and well, she has a job, she don't need me. I'm just on to the next one. That's normal in this society. But if you actually treat a woman like your possession, that's evil. You're a narcissist. Like that's one of the buzzwords that these people use. Any type of behavior that's biblical is demonized in this society. Manhood in general, masculinity, that's toxic. It's toxic for a man to want to protect what belongs to him. He's supposed to just have no boundaries at all, just accept any type of behavior from other people, his own women. That's normal. That's progressive. That's open-minded. That's madness, man. And it leads to total confusion, as we see. All right. If you grow up in the so-called black community, this word, it should be good news to you. But if you're bugged out in the mind, if you're polluted, if you're corrupted, when you hear the light, you're gonna be like, man, what the fuck are these niggas talking about, man? It's gonna sound like darkness to you.
Verse 21. But he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in the Most High.
Right. If you hear this word and you want to be a part of the ministry, you're going to do what it takes. You're going to repent. You're going to put off this world. All right. You're going to get the scriptures. You're going to learn the scriptures. You're going to learn how to be a brother. Why? Because you want it to be manifested that you're a man of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. That's what light does to you. Light exposes the darkness. It exposes the dirt, the grime. All right. If you have the filthiest room and you never turn the lights on, you can't see all the dirt. All right. That's why wicked people, they hate the light. And that's what this word does. It shines a light on the wickedness in your own spirit. And it takes bravery to accept that, look, I'm flawed. I have things I need to work on, but I'm going to work on it. I'm going to get better. But wicked niggas, they're just like, man, fuck it. I'd rather be a nigga. And you're going to die. All right. Very soon. Okay. Abaratazah, sooner than later. All right. We see these prophecies. 2/3, as it tells you in Zechariah 13:8, 2/3 of the Israelites in this land are going to cut off and die. You could see why it's going to happen. They're not going to change. They have no interest in repenting whatsoever. They know that they're Israelites. They have internet. They have TikTok. They have any type of social media. You know that you're from the tribe of Judah. All these niggas know that they're Jews, and look how they're behaving. Horrible, man.
I got one.
You got it?
This is Isaiah chapter 3. Isaiah chapter 1, I'm going to start at 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider.
Yeah, our people don't even consider. Even that scripture, that was heavy. That used to come out all the time, in the beginning of the ministry. But now our people do know their owner. They do know their master. And so now they're openly rebelling. They're like, okay, Jesus is black. I'm a Jew. All right. Yeah, okay, nigga. So they know that they're Israelites. They know that they're supposed to keep the commandments of the Bible. But now they're openly rebelling against Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Why? Because they hate light. And they think it's normal. Again, they think that what we do is crazy. And we know that what they're doing is crazy. Everything they believe is crazy. All right, being a Democrat, being a Christian, being a Baptist, being a Muslim, all right, being woke, believing in all of this madness, man. We know that that's completely insane. You don't have a nationality, you don't have a homeland, all right, you don't have promises, you don't have commandments to govern your nation. You don't have anything. But you cleave unto that. You cleave unto confusion. All right. Now, right now, if all hell were to break loose, what would you have? All right, the niggas in the world, they're surrounded by a bunch of people that are basically animals, dog eat dog. They're gonna kill each other for scraps of food. All right, you have the men of the Lord. We've been preparing for this ever since we heard about the truth. We've been preparing spiritually, mentally, physically. We're ready for the end of Babylon the Great. So we're gonna see very soon who's actually crazy and who's sane, man.
Verse 4. Ah, sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken Yahweh. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone backward. Hey, a nation of evildoers, they are corrupters. Jake's corrupt. He's learned it from his daddy Esau, who's corrupt, and then he teaches it to his children. He screws over his brother. It's just a repeating cycle of trauma and misery. But they call the light darkness and the darkness light. They would love to have it no other way.
Yeah, it says they're evildoers, man. Then it says they're gone. It tells you in Jeremiah that our people are revolted and gone. They're just crazy. They're out of their mind. All right, when you read Deuteronomy 28, I believe the 28th verse says you'll be smitten with madness, and that's exactly what's happened to our people. They're just the average Israelite. When you talk to a so-called black man, they're crazy. They'll sound sane one minute, and then they'll just start talking about who knows, man. You'd be like, man, how do you really believe that? But they do. All right, Jake that doesn't believe in the scriptures, who knows what you're getting when you talk to him, man.
They are going backwards.
Yeah.
And if you're going backwards, that means what? You're regressing.
Yeah.
Exactly what Jake's doing. Jake's becoming less, disciplined, less orderly, less lawful, and just becoming a complete reprobate.
Yeah.
Why should ye be stricken any more? Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart faint. From the sole of the foot even unto the head there is no soundness in it.
No soundness in it. All right. The scriptures say what? Be of sound mind. That's what sound doctrine does. Sound doctrine produces a sound mind. To someone that adheres to the doctrine, they start to their mind is aligned with reality. The scriptures are reality. A lot of people think it's a fairy tale, everything's symbolism. No, the Holy Scriptures describes reality perfectly. So when you adjust your mind and your spirit to the scriptures, you become more sane. But then when you don't have sound doctrine, your mind is aligned with what? The philosophies of this world. All right, trending topics, politics, religion, all of this madness, feminism, capitalism, every ism. All right, you start actually believing that the ideas that these heathen come up with. Jake takes everything the heathen do, they multiply it, all right, 10 times over, and it ends up what? Just Jake bugged out of their minds, man. The so-called black woman is a bigger feminist than Becky. All right, the so-called black man, he's the face of sodomy. He's the face of anything degenerate that Esau comes up with. He tries to be the biggest gangster, which he's not. All right, Esau is still the gangster of the earth. He's the OG. All right, but Jake wants to be the face of that. Jake wants to be like I said, every destructive, demonic idea that Esau comes up with, Jake just takes it and runs with it, man. Why? Because he doesn't have the truth. And we see how crazy these niggas are. And believe you, they think we're crazy. They actually think it's crazy to believe in the Bible and Yahushua coming back. Even these Jakes that go to church every Sunday that claim to love Jesus, when you talk about what so-called Jesus said, you believe that? Yes, we believe in the red letters.
Not my God.
Yeah, not my Jesus. Well, what do you worship? You don't worship the God of the Bible, but you calling on Jesus. What do you worship? You're worshiping yourself. And really, you're worshiping the so-called white man. You're being a good slave, a good degenerate, and a good enemy of your own people. Because that's what you are if you're not in this truth. You're an enemy of the nation of Israel.
Matthew.
Yeah, we can end it on that. Speaking of what Yahushua said.
Khan. This is Matthew 7:6. Give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn again and rend you.
Right. Now, when you read the first verse of this chapter, it says, judge not, lest ye be judged. And our people just love to read that and then close the book. See, we're not supposed to judge everybody. No, the Yahushua is telling us how to judge righteously, how to judge spiritually. And he tells you right there, you're supposed to judge whether or not a person is swine or not, whether or not a person is a dog, a heathen. You have to you have to use discernment to judge whether or not a person is even worthy of talking about this holy ministry. All right, Jake and the world just bugged out. You don't need to share hey brother, you're an Israelite. Like, they don't need to know that, man. First of all, they've heard it before and they've already cast it aside. So, I mean, what are you doing? All right, we look at these people as crazy, man, because that's what they are. If you don't have the truth, if you don't have a sound mind, then you're insane. They say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. What do you call voting Democrats 60 years? That's insanity. What do you call worshiping a woman? That's insanity. What do you call, like, just following all these different religions, producing absolutely no change in the environment whatsoever, but you still believe in that religion? That's insanity. You're doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, and it never comes. Then you come to this truth, there's immediate results. You learn about the herbs, you learn about actual history, you learn about how to be a man, you learn about things that are actionable advice, things that you can implement right away. There's an immediate change. If you take this truth seriously, you're going to change. People around you are going to see a difference. Brothers are going to see a difference. You can say, okay, that brother been coming out 2 years. He's like a different person now, man. You see change when you come into the truth.
Hey, I've seen it to where brothers, you go watch some of your older videos. You look like you physically look like a different person.
Yeah, your countenance, everything just changes, man. The truth actually changes you. All right, being insane, you in a mental, like the brother said, an insane asylum your whole life doing the same damn thing. You see Jake, 80 years old, with their feet like this, with a big ass Bible the size of a phone book, and he's that same nigga that he was at 20. Now he's just an old nigga, but his mind hasn't changed. He's still a pork-eating, lascivious loser that worships the so-called white man. That's all these old niggas in church. They're just young niggas that are older now. They're not elders. They're just older. There's old niggas.
They got arrested development.
Yeah. Jake refused to grow up, man. Which even that whole Peter Pan syndrome, that's a form of mental insanity. You're a grown-ass man with a beard. Your voice is deepened, your nuts have dropped, but you still worship your mom, man. Like you're no different than a 3-year-old, but you're a grown man. That's insanity. But that's Jake, man. And we look at these people as crazy. All right, you people pass us on the block. You look at us like we're weird, like we're doing something off.
Are you a man wearing a dress?
Yeah, that red
literal
dress. Yeah, actual dress. But again, the just man is an abomination to the wicked, and the wicked, we look at you niggas as the scum of the earth, and we can't wait to see judgment reign. But Abaratazah, you got any? Yeah, Abaratazah, this lesson was edifying to the elect. We're going to give all praises, honor. Oh, it's like,
Is that you?
oh yeah, that's all good. Yeah, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Barak, Kodash.
double honors the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.